Hi, this is Chatterboxing. I'm Sean. It's going to be a quick breakdown prediction video for the Alexander Povetkin Hughie Fury fight on the Lomachenko Campbell undercard this weekend. Personally, I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm quite excited about it. It's not very often you hear a lot of people saying they're looking forward to a Hughie Fury fight. He doesn't have the most fan-friendly style, does he? Let's be honest. But I have heard a lot of people talking about this. A lot of people are interested in this. I mean, because of the opponent, really. I do like the style matchup. You've got someone like Hughie Fury, who's very, very defensively minded, moves a lot, sort of shades of Ali movement. And then you've got Povetkin, who's very much a front foot fighter, aggressive. He's short, so he needs to close that distance, work on the inside. Now, the fact that Povetkin is obviously the favourite going into this. Despite being 40, I think he's 40 years old, he's still like one of the best heavyweights in the world. I think we're going through a bit of a transitional period because you've got people like Povetkin, Ortiz, Pulev, who have kind of been around the top 10 for a while, but they're getting past. And you've got a load of new people coming up. People like Hrgovic, Dubois, Yoka. What's the Nigerian bloke called? Ajagba, is it Ajagba? Something like that. There's quite a few up and comers, and there's quite a few people like Povetkin and Ortiz and Pulev who are, on the slide quite significantly. But I still do think that Povetkin is definitely one of them. He's 40 years old, but he's still very powerful. He still moves well. He's still got a very good boxing brain. He lost his last fight to Anthony Joshua, but he's only ever lost to Joshua and Klitschko. But I mean, the fact that he did lose his last fight by knockout, the fact that he has been inactive and he hasn't fought since then, and as I say, he's 40 years old, definitely makes it interesting and gives Hughie Fury more of a chance in a lot of people's eyes. Now, Hughie Fury, I saw his last fight against Samuel Peter. I thought he looked alright in that, to be honest. A lot of people criticised him. I think people are just going to criticise any performance he does. Really, I think he's one of them fighters now where, in anything, once you make a name for yourself as being boring or dirty or any kind of negative label that they put on you, that's just going to stick. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the Samuel Peter fighter was like a sort of Gatti Ward or anything like that, but it was a lot more impressive than the Pulev fight. Now, obviously, Samuel Peter's about 150 years old, severely washed up. The level of opponent wasn't as good, but he is still aggressive and he's still kind of dangerous in his own way. He swings like big punches. So Hughie Fury was more aggressive in that fight. He's more positive, and Samuel Peter pulled out the fight. He said he damaged his shoulder. I think he just wanted out personally, but it was an improvement, and he was moving well. His jab was working well. His landings were quite nice, right hand. Still a bit basic, still a bit predictable in terms of his offense. I mean, he's basically, obviously, you can't really call his jab an offense, can you? But that kind of right he throws over the top, and the kind of swinging hook around to the body he swings as well. He doesn't really have that much, but he was at least throwing them with a bit more intent. When Samuel Peter did close the distance, just swinging big, he covered himself up quite nicely on the inside, which is obviously what he's going to need to do against Povetkin. Kind of wrapped him up well. Now it's going to be a completely different kettle of fish because Povetkin's not just swinging wild punches; he really does pick his punches well. He's quite creative with the way he comes in. Obviously, being short, he's always fought against taller fighters. There's nothing new to him. This is how he does it. He is creative in the way he does it. He'll come in, he's got good looping hands over the top, he'll time them well, mix it up, go to the body, then he'll come over the top, attacks the body well, kind of ducks under, closes the distance quite well. He sort of lunges, but lunges with good timing. Because obviously he's perfected that over the years. So, you could look at him and just think, well, physically he has all these disadvantages, but first of all, he's accustomed to that. Secondly, he, deals with that pretty well. So it's going to be interesting to see if Hughie Fury can. He's not going to be able to hold him off because there's no way he can hold him off because Povetkin Povetkin's not going to just sort of give up and say, "Oh, I'm just going to be sort of outboxed at the end of a jab and let Hughie Fury just sort of bore me to death on the back foot." He's not going to do that. He's going to come forward all the time because the only way he can fight. He doesn't have the reach to box with Fury at round, so he's going to be coming in regardless. So Hughie Fury is going to have to deal with that for 12 rounds. Now his movement is very good. He hasn't really shown much in the way of power to deter someone like Povetkin. Povetkin got knocked out by Andy Joshua. I think we can all agree that Joshua is a much more powerful puncher than Hughie Fury. He went 12 with Klitschko. Klitschko put it down a few times. He probably threw him to the floor more than anything, from what I can remember. So he is tough, and you haven't really seen Hughie Fury manage to deter anyone of any sort of half decent level from coming forward. So I think the only way that Hughie Fury is going to have any success of slowing him down is if he can, like those good bodies, because he is good at that. Like if you see him early on in his career, he was a really good body puncher, and albeit against, not exactly like the best opponents out there, but still he does have that skill, and he does have that ability, and the range as well. He does it from range. Timing is good, so I can see him getting some good body shots in on Povetkin. The problem with that is that Povetkin is very reactive, and if he does, the minute like Hughie Fury hits him, he's going to be like springing back in with something himself. He's not going to be scared to hit with Fury, so he's going to have to pick those shots very well. I think his best chance really is just of sort of tiring him out from the movement. Obviously, as we say, Povetkin being 40 years old, being inactive, and just having to keep up with Hughie Fury. He's like shorter legs. He's got very good footwork, Povetkin, but so does Fury. Fury is he's a master. Sounds a bit over the top, doesn't it? But like, yeah, I mean, I use it for the purpose they said, like a kind of master of like defensive movement. That is his game. That's what he's very good at. Now the reason why he's fallen short against people like Parker, Pulev, kind of top 10 opponents, is because he doesn't have enough offensively. He doesn't have anything really beyond that to get the decision. But in terms of just like defensive movement, he's brilliant. So Joseph Parker was able to sort of stick with it. But Joseph Parker's very, very quick on his feet, very athletic. And that's probably his greatest asset, maybe like quick hands. But the fact that Joseph Parker was able to stick with him, Joseph Parker is significantly younger, fresher, and quicker on his feet naturally. So I don't think Povetkin will be able to do the same thing. If Hughie Fury wanted to literally just have him kind of, I mean, he will do it. There'll be times when he's just going to be literally chasing him around the ring. If he can tire him out with that, then that's his best opportunity of. I mean, it's not impossible. Hughie Fury could stop him. I mean, he got stopped in his last fight. 40 years. I'm going to repeat myself, but these factors are relevant. They will, or potentially could be, the telling factors. So there is a scenario, a realistic scenario, where Hughie Fury could wear him down, body shots, the movement, and just catch him as he comes into something. He's not going to take him out with one shot. He's not going to sort of, get him with a Deontay Wilder style right hand. But he could wear him down with it. That could happen. Povetkin could take out Hughie Fury as well. I mean, for me, apart from Wilder, probably, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head who I think was a harder one-punch, one-shot puncher than Povetkin. I mean, if you look at the highlight reels of his knockouts and Deontay Wilder, they're very comparable. I mean, he's got serious power, Povetkin, and he puts punches together well. So with the David Price one, it's like, I mean, he basically get the body bang over the top. He sets his punches up very well. I mean, that Price one, he literally kind of punched him. He was kind of unconscious standing up, Price. He just like standing up and then just come in with the left hook. He's very good at setting them up, and he's very quick with them, and he's sneaky with them. So he could definitely, if Samuel Peter can close the distance on Hughie Fury, which he did at times, then Povetkin can. Now, there's no question that he's going to hit Fury, which is a good puncher. Now, Fury does have a good chin, from what I've seen. The fact that he's very defensively minded, the fact that he's always kind of on the back foot the fact that he's kind of leaning back quite a lot. So when he does get hit, he rides the shot quite well. It's difficult to catch him clean. I think the best way he's going to catch him clean is if he gets in one of those sort of body-head combinations, which he could well do. Now that is but I don't think so. I think Hughie Fury, between his sort of defensively minded game plan, as I say, that his sort of stance, the way he's sort of geared up to sort of ride shots, and the fact that he is pretty tough, and he's been, for years he's been in there like sparring with like top people. So I don't think Povetkin's going to knock him out either. I think the most likely outcome is he's going to go to points. I think probably, we hear that Hughie Fury's gonna, he's gonna show us something different. He's gonna really like unleash the beast this time. We've heard it all before, haven't we? I know he's a bit older now. We do forget how young he is, but until he sort of shows us that this is actually reality, it's difficult to believe that he's going to come out. First of all, have the aggression, have the intent, and also have the power to really meet someone like Alexander Povetkin head to head and really do him some damage. It just doesn't seem like it to me. I think the way the fight's going to go, he's going to be on the back foot, pinging out that jab, occasionally slinging in that right hook, like we've seen many times before. Now, if Povetkin gets tired, if the opportunity presents itself, then he'll go for it. But I just think he lacks a bit of nastiness about him. He's too passive. He sort of he just looks like he's sparring most of the time. That's his sort of style. He's like moving around. He likes that style, which is good. But you saw in the Pulev fight, Pulev just got a bit. He was prepared to just out dog him a little bit in that fight. Admittedly, he got the cut early, but I don't know. I don't really see Hughie Fury in a dog fight. Really pulling up his sleeves, biting down his gum shield and having it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really see him being able to match Povetkin for aggression and intent in this fight. And seeing as Povetkin's going to be coming forward all the time, he's going to be throwing, in my opinion, better punches, hooks to the body, decent, more, with more intent, more venom in them. Hughie Fury's going to be pinging out that jab. He's going to be catching him with some, but I think that Povetkin is going to win the fight based on meaningful punches landed, based on aggression. And yeah, that's the way I see it. Nothing really would surprise me. Hughie Fury could win on points as well, just based on being younger, fresher, having a lot more energy. We don't know what Povetkin's going to be like. He could have, got old overnight. He didn't look old in his last couple of fights, but 40 years old is 40 years old, especially when you've been out the ring for a long time and you got knocked out in the last one. So if Hughie Fury can keep moving, outpoint him, wouldn't surprise me. But my prediction is that Povetkin's going to win on points, unanimous decision. So yeah, let me know what you lot think about that in the comments. Thank you very much for watching.